This video will show you how to create a program which accepts the user input from the keyboard. In the previous video, I showed you how to create a program which basically multiplies two integer numbers. Within the program, you can see that we hard-coded the value inside the program. If we want to multiply another number rather than 10 and 5, let's say we want to multiply the number 6 and 2, then we have to change the source code, just like I did here. Compile the source code and then run it. The better way to do this is to accept two integer numbers from the user input. To work with the user input from the keyboard, we have a class name called scanner. And before we use the scanner, we have to import this class into our program. So on top of the program, you have to type in import java.youtube, which is location where scanner class is. To use this class in your program, you have to make a new instance of this class. Just like you declare the variable, but this time you don't use primitive type, you use the class scanner. So we create a variable which is instance of the class scanner. And for the scanner, as you notice here, I use system.int. The system.int represents the user input in Java, which in this case is a keyboard, which is opposite to system.out, which is output, it represents the monitor. Before we get the user input, we need to prompt the user in our program just to tell the user what he or she needs to do. So we use system out to prompt the user the message. Say enter first number. I use print instead of print line, just to let the user enter the value at the same line as this prompt message. And then to get the user input, use the variable keyboard and call the method next int. This method will get the integer value which the user input or place on the keyboard. So I put this integer to variable a. Now the next thing that the user needs to do is to enter the second number. So I prompt the user. And then I get the second input. So the second input value will be assigned to variable b, and then I get the result. Now let's run this program. So when I run the program, you prompt the first message, enter first number, and then stop there. Basically the program just wait there for the user input. So I put the cursor here just to input the number. Now enter the second number, and then I get the result here. So unlike the previous program where we hard-code the value, this program we can multiply any number depending on the user input. you remember the program from previous video, egg and basket, so instead of hard coding the value here 10 and 5, we can get the user input. So to modify the program to get the user input, you need to import the scanner class. And then make an instance of this scanner class and put it in the variable called keyboard. When you create a new instance of the class, you have to use the keyword new. So just like previous application, we need to prompt the user to enter the number of basket. And then I get the user import from keyboard.nextInt method. And then I put this value that the user input to the variable number of basket. Now the next value I need from the user is eggs per basket. Again, I use the keyboard variable and call method nextInt to get the user input for the number of eggs per basket and put that value into the variable egg per basket. Now let's run this program. So just like previous application, it will just prompt the user and wait for the user input. So I type in the user input, which is 10, the number of basket, and number of eggs, let's say 2. Then I get the result of the application here with the total number of eggs and the total egg price. If you want to get the eggs price from the user input, you can also do so. So you need to prompt the user to enter the price per eggs. Now again, I use the keyboard variable, which is instance of the scanner class, but this time instead of calling method nextInt, I call it nextFloat. Then I put the value, which is a float value, to the variable price per eggs. Then I run it. So enter the number of basket. I put in 5, number of eggs 2, price per egg, let's say it's 5.3. So I put the price per egg 3.5, number of basket, egg per basket is 2, then I get the total eggs 10, total egg price 35. the number is changed is no longer what you hard coded in the initialization. So that's it for user input. Thank you for watching.